Mog's leading them away. The lights are gone. Kiwi's got a drive-through penalty for the start.
Oh.
It looks like J-Rocket's been a bit slow off the mark. He's been gobbled up there at the start. It's three wide, two wide into the start. Sex has taken first position off Moggs. Moggs is sleeping, and Zox is up into third. Peanuts with the inside line. It's tight.
Oh.
Jules is trying to
split.
he's trying to go up the middle. There's contact. In the background is Zox. Confirmed gets a corner cutting penalty for his efforts. And I think the biggest benefiter out of all of that was Jules. Oh, this bug is just so annoying, but I really want to watch this fight as Piero goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? No. Around turn 6, coming up to the flat left-hand turn 7. Piero with the ideal line. Jules will have to sacrifice some speed. Piero goes around the outside, setting him up for the inside of turn 8. There's a little bit of contact, wheel to wheel. I think it's Piero that comes away with the goods there, though. Decision to stick it out one more for Moggs is not paying dividends at the moment. But I think his plan is to try and one-stop it, and he probably just doesn't want to pull the trigger too early.
Oh, no.
Oxygen's had a spin! Oh no, and Moggs trying to avoid it. He gets a moment. Joe's up!
Both of them
Joe's up into P1! Joe! P1! What is this?
Limits, penalties.
Sex now with 4 lap-old mediums versus Window's 11 lap-old mediums. Window hoping to go at least probably another 6 laps or so. Yeah, already losing out a few seconds there, so he's lost the toe. This is where the DRS line is. Around the corner here. He should have it. Oxygen and Zox are going at it. I've just seen them.
Contact happening. They're getting a bit desperate, I think, down there.
Oh no.
Blistering lap.
Here's Zox on the inside on Oxygen, and all of this battling has brought Joe in. Is there contact?
I don't think so. Someone's just dropped it behind them. Who was that?
Mog's leading them away. The lights are gone. Kiwi's got a drive-through penalty for the start.
Oh.
It looks like J-Rocket's been a bit slow off the mark. He's been gobbled up there at the start. It's 3 wide, 2 wide into the start. Sex has taken first position off Moggs. Moggs is sleeping, and Zox is up into third. Peanuts with the inside line. It's tight.
Oh.
Jules is trying to
split.
he's trying to go up the middle. There's contact. In the background is Zox. Confirmed gets a corner cutting penalty for his efforts. And I think the biggest benefiter out of all of that was Jules. Oh, this bug is just so annoying, but I really want to watch this fight as Piero goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? No. Around turn 6, coming up to the flat left-hand turn 7. Piero with the ideal line. Jules will have to sacrifice some speed. Piero goes around the outside, setting him up for the inside of turn 8. There's a little bit of contact, wheel to wheel. And welcome everybody to round 3 of the OCE Racing League. Obviously on screen it says round 5, but I didn't think about that. So this is the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort. We have a great track here, 4.259 kilometers. The new version's a little bit, I think, smaller than the old version, just by a touch, by like 40 meters or something. We've got about 14 official corners here. The bulk of them being right-handers, I believe, not left-handers. The turn 1 here, one of your overtaking zones for the track. There's 2 DRS zones, and that's at the end. Then you come down into this nice little corkscrew, which is always a bit of fun on lap 1 in particular. The Dargons, the S's, out the back, the end of sector 1. Often at the start of that you see a few slips. This is Joe giving us the hot lap as well for this one, and then this right-hander is another bit of a corkscrew. Coming out the back here, in the middle of sector 2, some slower corners now. The left-hander here, down in the third gear. Try not to touch that curve because it will send you around, and then into the second DRS zone. Out the back before we get into this. It's a bit tricky. You've got to hit that curve and then try not to hit this curve on the inside because, again, it'll just send you around. Coming into the last corner of the lap. Trying to plant it, get the speed up, open the DRS and sort yourself out. Last week we had Moggs coming out on top, Zox in second place, J-Rocket with a great finish there in P3. And that gives us the standings after 2 races. Moggs in P1, Piero in P2 on 69 points. I know you'll like that. Of course, every driver that finishes gets points this season. 60 points for P1, 52 for P2, 45 for P3, and we even get points for qualifying. As we go on board with some of the drivers, they're out. We'll see who's out first. We'll get our lap data, our track map. We don't need that. And we'll have a look. Now, if I can throw to my correspondent, Chris Mania, who I'm hoping has a weather report for us.
Good evening.
Us, Chris.
I have a weather report in front of me, but unfortunately I've forgotten how to read.
Oh, you don't know how to read? I see. That's struggling. Do I need
kidding.
to
That
send
was a fun, sick joke.
Oh, it's a good one.
Just to kick things off.
I believe
so
you.
weather. I'm glad you have faith in me that I can read. We've got, so kicking it off with some light cloud. It looks like, I don't think we'll quite see it. So there is some forecast light rain in quali. It might be 20 minutes out though, which short quali is only 18 minutes long, so we might not see it. But you know how the weather is in this game.
Yeah, unpredictable at the best of times, right?
So there's a chance. So probably motivation to get your banker lap out of the way, get it done, so that if the conditions do worsen, you're not stranded.
We have someone stopped on track there. I believe that's confirmed. It's just had a bit of a moment, staying out of the way of Tycho. Tycho with the first hot lap into sector 3. My telemetry says his name's Mad Dog, so that's going well.
The game tries.
Still with a purple first sector though, but Zox is faster in sector 2. He keeps that tight line down the back there. First lap of a 109, straight into the 109, so that's a really good start. Zox into the pits. He was looking like he'd be pretty close to the purple second sector. That's a shame there. Who else can we look at? I Love Controller's gone off on his out lap. He might have just been getting out of the way of Moggs there. Moggs. Is Moggs on a hot lap? Let's have a look. Down in P6. In the middle of Sector 2. Sector 2, not Moggs' strong section. He's a Sector 1 and Sector 3 guy, Chris.
That second sector is tricky.
It is.
The car doesn't waste its time trying to kill you in more than a couple of the corners. It just
gets to it nice and quickly.
Yep.
Wobble Candy there with a 109.694 right behind Tycho Hendricks.
Oh, hey, you know what? We forgot to talk about the race weather.
The race weather? Do we care?
Well, do you want to know if we care?
Is it spicy?
It's not. Sorry to disappoint. It looks like the whole race. That said, I mean, you know, as proven by the last race, this track is a spicy track, regardless of the conditions. You know, old school circuit, twisty, flowy, it will murder you. There's no room for mistakes.
Kiwi on his out lap. Oh, I don't know. He told me to talk about his livery. How do we feel the conditions It is a nice livery. It is nice, Kiwi. It's
You
not
can certainly see him coming.
It's not quite popping. It needs some more sun, but we're not quite doom and gloom here. With
Oh
these
yeah, you need the
light
it's a bit of
overcasts.
it's a bit of cloud. I'm sure come the race it should be nice and clear for his livery. You'll get that metallic sheen.
Shadow here with 2 green sectors. No purples, but he's not too far off the pace. As he comes round. Will he be in the 10s? Or the 9s? He's in the 10s. Still very quick. Everyone in the top 10 under the 111 mark. And Moggs has just put a P2 with a 109.670, splitting Tycho Hendricks and Wobble Candy. It's a nice little lap there.
Shadow might be out on another push lap. He just finished his lap, right?
He did. He did just finish, and that looks like I Love Controller as well, who's on a big hot lap. He's as they say, he's driving with anger. No, that's the wrong one. It's something like that. It's a term.
Driving in anger?
Driving in anger? Is that it? Yeah.
Is that a Crofty phrase that you've dropped on us there?
No, it's not Crofty. I think it's like
Crofty did say precisely that
Did
just in the last in quali.
I swear he
last night.
steals it from like from Paul or someone else.
It's definitely an expression that's been said long before probably F1 was a thing.
Oh dear. I Love Control. Okay, so I thought he was on a push lap, but he's not. He's coming to the pits. Let's have a look at Kiwi. Kiwi, who should be about to start his lap, or is he coming round for the end? Moggs moves over, so let's have a look at how there he goes. So it's interesting, you see a few of them that really hug that right of that last corner. I wonder how much time you benefit from that.
I don't know, it feels, the line feels like it wants you to drift outwards, right? What do you do when you drive it?
I've started going for that tuck on the quali lap. Obviously,
So you
not
stay
the
on the
race.
inside?
Yeah, stay on the inside. And that's
And then
what Tycho
cross
did
the line
in
on the
P1.
inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So we're watching Zox now, who hasn't set a time yet. He's just given himself a bit of a gap behind Wobble Candy, who's also going to start his second hot lap. It's the big braking zone into this long right hand. Really tricky. It doesn't seem like it should be hard. But this first corner is quite tricky.
It's almost like it's between second and third.
A little bit of a lock up on the corkscrew as we get into the Dargons. Just clipping the edge of the curb. It's a late shift down into 6th. He has a little bit of a moment, but it's still quick. Now these slow 2 right-handers, 3rd gear, up into 5th, down into 3rd as we hug the left. Don't touch the curb! The scary curb that just spins you the moment you touch it.
Yep, that one lifts you up and spits you out.
How's he looking so far? He's got a purple second sector and he's pretty quick in sector 1. Is this going to be pole? It's going to be tight. He was only a 10th or so behind. Wobble Candy's just gone P1, but does Zox do it? He's gone 2 tenths faster. Look at Zox. Wobble Candy would have felt very handy with that 109.3, and then Zox puts up a 109.1. So these are some very quick times coming in so far.
Wobble still purple in the first sector though, compared to Zox.
Yeah, so Zox with purple sector 2 and 3, but Wobble had 6, almost 7 hundredths over Zox in the first sector. Pyrat, one of the debutantes for the weekend. Welcome to the league, Pyrat. I quite like your livery. Doesn't need the sun to pop. It pops all on its own. So he gets the tyres warm. I see P3 has just taken, and that's Tycho Hendricks, has just taken the first sector, and it's under the 30-second mark now. Did he improve? He's in the final sector. His second sector was a little slow, about 2 tenths down. But he could go faster here. Let's have a look.
I think
That
that's more
tight
like 3
line
tenths
along
there.
it.
That's
Ooh.
enough.
Oh, we're almost into the 8s. Holy moly. Is this Moggs starting or finishing a lap? Let's have a look. The current championship leader. I believe he'd be starting. Let's go on board. Loud yellow and blue. No lock up there through the corkscrew. Takes a bit of a different line to some people through there, and I've been trying to figure it out, but it's not natural. So much speed through the right-hander here. Turn 8 and then 9 here. Turn 10. Oh, there's a bit of a slide. He might have lost some time there.
It's definitely not the way around.
He's not purple in Sector 1. In fact, he's 2 tenths behind.
Very interesting apex in that corner as well. Very early, I think.
I take it back. I was looking at the wrong person. He's only 300ths behind in Sector 1. Sector 2 time as Pyrat puts up a 191. His first qualifying lap.
He has come out swinging.
This
Absolutely.
is quick. Moggs taking the wide line. Interesting. 108.
Look at that.
There it
in
is
the 108.
at 893. Boom goes Moggs.
And only fastest in the last sector.
He's 3/10 slower almost in Sector 2.
I think he had a
Pyrat.
couple of mistakes in sector 2 there. So
there's
that's probably
some-
not a representative lap.
There's some speed still to come.
But yeah, it just goes to show you how much time is still left.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is truly another league.
Wow. So we saw, I think, one driver in Tier 2, which was I Love Controller, in the 109s. I Love Controller maybe had some better conditions, perhaps, some more favourable conditions, because he's only put in a 10-2 in Tier 1. But I Love Controller
yeah, it
was
was
in the
clear.
mid-9s.
It was clear quali last time around, wasn't it?
This is just some remarkable times here. Who's pushing currently? I just saw Tycho on his outlap. Surely not.
Got Shadow starting a lap right now.
Shadow, let's go on board with Shadow.
Just finished
down
his outlap.
P14. The slowest of the bunch, but I'm sure not for long.
And not by much. He's still in the 110s at the
Yeah.
very bottom there.
And
Which is
anything
pretty
in the
mental.
10s is quick, right? Like it's not esports like alien quick, but it's still quick.
I'm seeing droplets of rain on
You
my
are
screen.
not.
I don't know if you're seeing that. I am
No,
truly.
I'm not seeing anything. Oh, interesting.
4 minutes to go still, 4.5 minutes.
Wow, that's a spanner.
The track
has,
might be
What?
slowing down.
You know what's funny? I just heard thunder outside my house. So
Oh,
the timing of this is quite good.
uncanny.
Shadow now in the final sector. He's not too far off the pace. His first sector was actually quite slow. So that
Or is this going to end him
he
up?
might have missed out here because of that.
Yeah, that's just
'Cause it's
terrible luck.
It's
if-
clearly
if it's
getting darker,
conditions.
isn't it? Let's see if he goes faster. It's probably not going to be any improvement at all. No,
No improvement.
2 seconds slower, so that could be it. That's 3 minutes to go.
I think
in
that
the session.
might be weather.
Wow, fascinating.
Yeah,
you
he's
really got to get him
definitely-
in quick, don't you?
Yeah, keeping my eye out on him still. He's starting to slide around, so I
Zox-
think that's it as far as hot laps are going.
Zox did manage to sneak in there into the 8s while we were watching Shadow with a 108.991.
That would have been just on the limit too.
Yeah, I wonder if we get a chance to talk, if he makes the podium after the race, I'll have to ask him if he thought that he was potentially faster if the conditions weren't changing.
Well, so I think that's going to be a bit of a damp ending to quali then.
Yeah, it's a
Rain
bit
comes out,
anticlimactic.
and there's no chance that you're going to improve your time once it starts to get a little bit wet. The tires just slip. Inters, if it does get wet enough for inters, the inters will not be faster than the slick times that you've set earlier on in session. Everyone did get a time in, fortunately.
I'm seeing Jules with an improvement in the sector. Where is he? But he's come in. Yeah, it's definitely raining now, so that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Does anyone want to come out and try some wet tyres, or
Get an Inter run in.
is that just everyone coming in? I'm going to assume that, like, literally...
Yeah.
Oh, someone's going down the pit straight.
Who's that?
It's I Love Controller. Who's got the same number today as Jules. Why are we doing this, guys? Stop it!
Why does the game let you do this is the problem, I think.
You're killing me! I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he does not look super fast.
Ooh! Oh, that was I don't know if you heard that.
I think I heard that.
That was a cracking one.
Who's this? Oh, Joe's asking for an invite. Let's get him in the session.
Go. Let's go, Joe. Everyone's starting to retire. Yeah, I don't see anyone making any improvements.
How do you spell Joe?
I think it starts with an E.
Well, that confused me for a second.
I Love Controller showing us how much the treacherous conditions he's struggling in them. Moggs is still giving it a bit of a crack.
Why is he messaging me in that chat?
5 seconds. Moggs is five seconds slower in Sector 1 than his best. So that just shows you the conditions. We're only seeing sprinkles of rain. The track has dipped about 4 degrees to 25 degrees. And in his second sector, it's 3.5 seconds slower. So it's 8 seconds slower on this lap. And it's still probably, like, dry. You know, like, it's a dry track, technically. Joe really needs to get in quick smart, because this session's almost done.
I did find him. I did send him an invite.
Get your butt in here, Joe.
I don't know if he's in the game.
Get in the game, Joe.
He might be now.
You got 30 seconds, probably not even.
He's in game. Send him another invite for safety.
The qualifying session done and dusted about 4 minutes ago with Moggs P1, Zox P2, and Tycho P3. Joe has joined with 10 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause for making it.
Do you reckon he's got time to get a lap in, or?
We've seen it before, actually, haven't we? Where the game glitches out a little bit with a late join.
Yeah, happened to Jules, I think, last week, didn't it?
Oh, I feel like I got to put on another microphone for.
I'm copying some of that thunder.
Yeah, I know. I want to put on my other mic and crank it so you can get the background noise. It's pretty cool.
Does that mean should I be expecting rain tonight?
I don't know. Which way does the weather go in these parts? I don't think it usually goes east to west. Who knows?
Hopefully I'll be safe.
So you're 3-2-1.
From you straight to Piero.
Moggs extends his lead before the race has even begun with the 3 points. Zox with the 2 points. Tycho the 1 point for finishing P3 in qualifying. So well done, guys. A great showing from Pyrat on his first quali session.
Yeah, it looks like we picked up another speedy boy.
And J Rocket trying to redeem himself. He said in chat earlier. At 109.7. Wobble Candy showing he definitely belongs in Tier 1 after his... I think he was second in the championship in Tier 2, but I could be wrong there. Last season. He's definitely showing his pace. Not sure what we're going to be waiting here for, but we're waiting for the game to decide that it's time to progress. So
Is predictions. On track? No one's out on track.
No one's on track, so we're just going to chill. Chris, how do you think this is going to play out? So the conditions for the track, remind us again. What's the race going to be like?
We're going to have a clear race, 29 degrees, track temp. Probably pretty close to ideal, right, for these cars, depending on your tire, of course. Yeah, I can't see it being not very straightforward. It's going to be down to your skill on these tricky, tight corners.
And how much you destroy your tires as well will definitely be a factor in the warmer weather.
Yeah, no. So what was the strat you were going for last race? Was it softs to mediums?
Yeah, I went the soft, and I had that P11, that nice little spot where I got fresh softs, and I made sure I didn't use them all. So I got lucky there. I think someone was saying
it's a bit tight, right? getting softs far enough into the race.
Definitely,
that the
if you start on used softs from a quali session, it's doable, but it's very, very tight. If you get a safety car or you have a spin, these are big, impactful moments on the overall tire life that you're going to be getting there. Of course, Joe at the back there with no time. But there's our lineup, which we've kind of known about for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Joe with the clutch join. I love that.
You gotta love it. Well done, Joe.
Hopefully he'll be on the grid.
But yeah, so I
can never be sure with the game, but yeah, go on.
I think the safe option is your soft hard. But I guess it'll be
definitely.
the people that are outside the top 10. Do they go the alternate strategy? Track position very important here.
Yeah, like you said, having 1 or 2 less laps on your tire can help you get it over the line so that you can get through the race on the mediums after swapping.
Yeah.
So, worthwhile to give it a shot, I think. I'm not sure what the delta is between the medium and the hard.
It's actually quite small. It's only about 3.5 tenths in the drive.
Yeah, I spent most of the race, not by choice, but on the hard tire.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
So they're okay. They're manageable.
The difference between the softs and the hards is only about 8 tenths or so. So it's quite minimal compared to a lot of other tracks.
So yeah, maybe you just play it safe and not worry about tire wear. Not everyone whispers to their tires like you do.
Yeah, I know. You've got Peanuts, who's out there in just on the edge. So we'll have to see how he can hold that all together in P9. Peanuts, who's what did he get up to in that? That was that Austria race where he managed something like maybe 5 laps, 6 laps more than what we thought the tires could handle.
Yeah, it's a long way.
It's a long. You can usually go 1 or 2 at a stretch, but 5 or 6, it's a big deal. So the formation lap, we see nice clear blue skies. All right, Kiwi, where are you? Let's have a look at that livery. Look at it pop. Look at it in the sun. It's gorgeous. Love it. Who else we got? Wobble Candy. I always love this blend between the pink and the cyan type of colour. It's a nice one. Piero loves his liveries. Probably makes more than most people.
He certainly does.
And Oreo, who was working on it pre-race, he said, I have to have yellow. But the rest, I'll play with it. Let's have a look at the tyres. So we've got a few drivers who are, I guess, going the safe options. I Love Controller must have done his lap on the medium, so that explains why he was a bit behind. But everyone else bar Kiwi starting on the mediums outside the top 10. Kiwi, I'm guessing, trying to gain a couple of early spots. But he's got Jules in front of him, who will be no easy task to get past. Predictions, Chris. Who you got? What's going to happen?
Well, Moggs has proven he's very quick out there. In an ideal world for him, he'll run away at the start and then keep his distance, right? And that's probably the way to win this race. You want to be under control. You want to be able to take it easy on your tyres. If he can get into that position, I reckon he's got it in the bag. Jules has been talking a big game. He really wants to challenge him, but he's quite ways down, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not an easy shot from where he's starting. Right down the back there in P12. The lights are out. And we're underway here in race 3 of season 3 of the OCE Racing League. Any incidences so far? There's a few cars involved in a mess there, but it's looking reasonably clean.
It's a bit touching, but no one's off into the barriers just yet.
Pretty good. Pyrat going a little bit wide there. We've got a yellow flag out the back. It does look like there's a bit of a queue. Shadow's had a collision. All ubiquitous. It seems like it's ironing itself out. J-Rocket there looks like he's holding up a few people. Has he got damage?
Safety car.
So that's a safety car. Interesting. No stopped cars, so there must have been someone stopped long enough. Well, there you go. Anyone who qualified
carbon
on the
fiber out.
That's just made their day, all the front runners.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to find out from Ubiquitous after the race what happened there, but he's had a collision.
That's a full safety car too, isn't it?
It is.
Wow.
It's sitting down in Sector 1 waiting for them all to come around. It's always an interesting one, isn't it? Because it's the game deciding that the track is blocked. But we had a number of incidences in Tier 2 where there just wasn't... Like, the track was blocked and nothing happened.
Yeah, it's a bit up in the air. So I'm looking at Shadow. He's got end plate damage. He'll probably be coming in to fix his wing.
Yep, Joe behind him as well, I'm pretty sure. Who else is diving into the pits here? We've got a few. Confirmed comes in. Oh, yeah, Kiwi, Joe, Ubiquitous, all boxing. Hopefully nobody picks up another 5-second penalty there.
Kiwi on the soft.
Oh, there's a double stack in the pits. It's Joe and Ubiquitous. And Ubiquitous had a 5-second penalty deserved, so he just left Joe stranded in behind. You're going to love this old Codemasters bug. I love it. Bug? Intention? I don't know, but it's what happens, isn't it? And now, of course, because he's coming in and he needs a new wing, he's got to wait. This is agonizing. Let's watch this in full because it's being drawn out.
So it's probably pretty painful to be stuck there for so long, but at least he'll be chasing up the back of the crocodile, which is currently chasing the safety car. So hopefully he won't lose out so much because of that. He definitely didn't need to be stuck in the pits. He could have overtaken at least one of these guys. Probably actually both of them. I'm not sure if he had... Did he have a penalty?
No, Joe didn't. Ubiquitous was the only one with a penalty, which is in the pits, so...
I think if Joe hadn't have been blocked, he would have come out in front of both of the other cars in the pits.
At the very least... Well, they all had wing changes, so at the very least he's getting past Ubiquitous. But, yeah, that's a shame. So I guess we wait for the crew to catch up. We didn't have a safety car in Tier 1 last week, and we were probably expecting it. And then we were expecting a safety car in Tier 2, and it didn't happen.
We definitely weren't expecting it even after seeing the damage in this race.
This one's certainly a bit blindsiding us with just how minimal it seemed to be. A couple of end plates that went missing, but there was nothing more than that.
No one's retired. Everyone's still in it.
They're all starting to warm up their tyres. The safety car's so slow. Who's that that's come into the pits now? I Love Controller.
Oh, interesting.
That's a late decision to come in there.
Did he have damage?
He must have. He's definitely had a wing change.
Yeah,
so Joe picks up that spot. So this one, they're both going for the soft strat. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter what they started on, does it? They both have to stop again. Ubiquitous though, these hards can go a long way.
I don't think they can quite do 30. 30 would be a push.
Laps.
That would definitely be pushing it.
I want to see how far he goes. If he's assuming he comes in again, it's going to be late and it's going to be for the softs, so there's no way he goes... Surely he doesn't go hard mediums from here.
I think the game thinks you can get away with 25, and you can usually do a little bit more than what the game thinks, right?
Yeah, indeed. I think the game was saying something like 18 laps on the mediums, and you could easily do 20, 22.
No, I think the game thought 20. The game said 20 for the mediums.
Safety cars in this lap, so let's keep an eye on Mogs. Had a couple of safety car
Controller and Joe have closed up the pack there.
Yeah,
so everyone's in queue.
Bunching it up. We've seen some issues with the safety car of late. We're hoping that we're not going to see any today. But it's all on this man as he backs them all up. When will he bolt? The safety car is going around the last turn now. I think Moggs is gone. He might have gone early.
Very
he might
early.
have gone early. What's happening?
Been slowed down.
He's been slowed down. He's gone early. Oh no, Moggs. That's not the way we want that to go. We're going to have a look at that later. At least no damage, no dramas.
Oh, big crash, big crash. Who's that?
Commentator's curse strikes right there. It's Pyrat and maybe Tycho Hendricks have come together as Moggs holds his position.
Pierre having a big moment in the banked corner as well. So who's come out? So Joe's down back of the pack again. He's off the track.
Jules up
Something's happened there.
and making his presence known on Peanuts in 4th.
Tycho has
just been
damage.
taken by Zox, and Zox has pulled away half a second already. It's a big move that we didn't get on camera. Must have been a big dive. Jules has fallen back behind, so let's see if Moggs can reply to Zox. That's a statement from Zox.
So that was a bit of a spooky restart. We saw a couple of incidents at least off the back of that. We're going to have to unpack those later on.
Indeed. Yes, he must have felt like he left a big enough gap, and it is hard to see, but yeah, no, I thought for a second there when he bolted that this looked early. Was that a lock-up from Zox? The gap has shrunk. This isn't the best period of the track for Moggs. It's coming into Sector 2 where he does struggle a little bit. I say he struggles. He's still one of the fastest drivers on the track. It's just strength.
Struggling is relative.
Piero, it's purple Sector 1 there from Moggs. Piero making a move on J Rocket. He's right there. It's 1/10. A little bit of a lock-up. Coming into the DRS zone. He's gone for the dive up the inside. Can he make it stick? It's not quite there. Let's go on board. It's been confirmed in to the pack in behind. Are we going to see another dive here? He thinks better of it. Needs to set himself up well. This is where you and I came together earlier. Oh, he's had another moment. That'll let J Rocket off the hook. What does it mean for confirmed? He's a little too far back to capitalize on that. Zox banging in at 1:12.8.
It's a long straight, this one.
Kiwi started to close the gap on confirmed as confirmed falls back a little bit from the guys in front. I think he's on a different tyre strategy than Piero, so that's probably why. But Kiwi and confirmed on the same set of tyres, same life. Who can stick one up the inside? Piero making a move again. Here we go. He's getting close to Oreo, who's fallen behind J Rocket. Oreo trying to make himself wide around this big, quick right-hander. Piero looks like he's a little frustrated. A mistake up ahead from J Rocket and smoke coming off the tyres. Is DRS enabled yet? Piero's sitting there going, please, give me the DRS. It is, it's open. As he goes around the outside to set him up, Oreo has to cut the inside. There's a little bit of contact there.
Oh, that's a big cut of the curb and that's ended badly.
Still action, so Oreo's suffered a lot from that move. Here comes Moggs now with the DRS on Zox. He can't quite bridge the gap, but he's closing him in. Let's have a quick look.
Definitely keeping Zox honest.
Jules following Peanuts still. Peanuts holding on for dear life. The softs still have probably another 10 laps in them. At the very most, no more, I wouldn't think. But these mediums working quite well for Jules. Is Piero making a move on J Rocket again? Let's have a look and go on board. It's going to be close. He has a little bit of a wobble, but J Rocket's also struggling. Who can get the traction and the DRS? Does Piero decide to go now? He's thought better of it. It's probably not the dumbest move, given how short that DRS zone is. It's a weird one, don't you think, Chris? It's like, it feels like it's done before it's even started.
Yeah, it's very short.
Alright, here's the big one though, the main straight. Keeping an eye on Moggs, but Piero's definitely going to screen past here. Jules has got past Peanuts. Piero, can he hold it out between it? J Rocket trying to stick it on the outside there. You'll have the inside line now if he can hold it. They're going side by side. Piero definitely gives some space in behind. Confirmed now. He's sniffing. Oh, but he can't get the power down early enough. Piero again chasing.
Yeah, that's what we're saying when we say this track is really tight. There's really only one line through that section, and when you get forced off because you have to leave room, it really compromises you.
Oh, Piero trying to go the
Oh,
inside.
that's brave. That is very brave.
I think he had to lift a little bit because it looked like he was
Oh,
understeering.
absolutely.
It's a bit of a train now. People are catching up as the fighting continues. Confirmed being brought into this. Have to wonder if Oreo's got damage and how that's going to go, but he's only 2 seconds up the field as well. Alright, let's go on board with Confirmed and follow the action from his point of view. As this DRS train, Confirmed can't quite get the power down early enough, but Piero is all over J-Rocket.
Nothing you can do there.
Let's see if it sticks though. J-Rocket was pretty brave to stick it around the outside. Oh, Confirmed touched the curb.
No.
He's gone round. Oh no.
Oh, has he touched the wall there?
Is there
that wing damage?
I think he's okay, but he's trying to do the old 4-point turn. You gotta watch that curb. I told you it's scary. Piero's stuck it in there.
Don't think he's damaged his wings, so it'll be alright to keep going, but so much time just down the drain.
And positions,
that's all it takes.
I mean, he was P8 and now he's P12. That's a shame, but it's not done yet. There's plenty of time left. We're only 9 laps.
Maybe he's still at it.
Peanuts struggling to catch Jules. It's a lovely livery there. I like it's a classy, like dark. It's hard to get a dark livery to look good, I think. But that one does look quite nice.
They do look especially good in the sun, again with the metallic.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look at how powerful this DRS is. It's looking like it's maybe only a 1/10 and a half, maybe 2/10 down the main straight. So it's not quite like last week where it was just like get in the DRS and just bomb it and you're gone.
Open and shut. Yeah. Yeah. The straight definitely feels long when you're traveling down it, but it is. I mean, I don't even know where it would rank on the straight lengths in the calendar.
Oh yeah, well, I mean it's not crazy long, but yeah, I don't know. Have to Google it.
Yeah. Have to prepare these stats, these facts.
Like I've got a page of stats open on my other screen, but it's just not one of them.
Well, that's just it. The straight is just not exceptional enough to be part of the stat list.
Which makes sense, right? I Love Controller really trying to find the way past J-Rocket. The gap has been smaller than it is now. J-Rocket probably being helped along. Oh, there's a big lock-up from J-Rocket. I Love Controller. Does he sniff it? Does he smell blood? Is he going, I smell the fuels of my next victim? We will find
He's definitely close enough to have a run.
It's
out of the tank.
2/10 out of the exit onto the main straight. It's 1/10. He's going to get the move. He's got the move, but can he hold it? He's around the outside. J-Rocket with some really nice defensive driving. They're still side by side.
Ow.
There you go. I Love Controller manages to get through. It's pretty clean racing there. J-Rocket had a good effort. He put up a good fight, but he just couldn't quite manage it. Confirmed making a move. He's very close. He's thinking about it. It's a brave man to make a move here. But look how close it is. He's got the tyre advantage, the mediums versus the hards, but it's not massive. You'd have to say Shadow, with his vast amount of sim experience, is going to put up a decent fight against Confirmed.
Yeah, no doubt. He's managed to get a little bit of breathing space.
Oh, Mog's down the straight, putting the moves on Zox. Oh, he's too deep. He locks up. He tries to switcheroo. He's trying to get the inside line. Can't quite manage it. These two have got a great fight. How long before they come in? We're up to 11 laps. Probably won't see the soft runners coming in for 2 or 3 more laps. If they're going under the hards, they might come in the next 2 or 3 laps. If they're going mediums, they'll be looking to extend. What strategy did we get out of you, Chris, in the last race?
Well, the goal was a soft to medium. I think I pulled it off in our practice race yesterday. Well,
Soft,
didn't,
medium,
but
wet.
you know, yeah. But yeah, that was the goal. I think I definitely had the first stint pace and tyre wear to pull it off. Unfortunately, I have the bad decision making and the driving ability.
Don't be so
So that's
hard.
where I went wrong.
You just spent too much time in the box last season, and now you're all rusty.
Oh, this track in particular, I was really struggling with.
It's a doozy.
It's a very challenging track.
I managed to get P11 to P4 today on the back of probably 200 laps last night of practice. And you just need it. Absolutely.
It's what it takes. Yeah, exactly. Because even, you find time everywhere around this track. Even, a few hours ago, my last practice sessions, I was finding tenths here and there. Just like, oh, you could go so much faster.
Confirmed around the outside of Ubiquitous. He tries to just shut the door. He's got the job done, but can Ubiquitous come back at him? I don't think he's going to be able to. They both lock up here. It's a tricky corner. Tricky corner, that one, to not lock up here. Oh, this is the closest battle on track now.
Seems like everyone's spread out a little bit, taking it a bit easier.
Space.
Getting into the tyre strategy phase of the race.
Yeah, I'd say if you were Moggs, you'd be thinking, I need to stop. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
they're both. Oh, Moggs has
These
changed
snakes.
his mind. Good. This I was just about
Look
to
at
say.
that.
You want to be kind of holding back a little bit and waiting to see what the guy in front of you does, and then this is the time. Moggs knows the undercut is very powerful, but can he bank in a blinder here? Let's keep an eye on his sector times. Zox on the hards. I don't think that Moggs would be looking to do that.
No, yeah, surely, no matter what you do, you got to go opposite, right?
Yeah.
He'll be looking to eke out those last few laps.
Zox has had a couple of good races in the past on the hards though, so maybe he just prefers them.
And as we were saying, the hards aren't too bad at this track. Like you can definitely manage them.
Absolutely. I love controller all over the back of Piero. Piero trying to hold him out. I'm keeping an eye on the sector times of Moggs. It's pretty quick so far. He's not banking in, putting in a fastest lap of the race, but he's not far off his best. And that's what you want to be doing. So Zox has come out just behind these two. So this little battle, P5 and P6, this could hold up Zox.
Moggs is in.
Moggs is pitting. What's he putting on?
He's going for the mediums.
My money's on the mediums. It was always on the mediums. That's good. This will make it very interesting for us to see what happens. I still think he's pulled that trigger a little early, but he does.
It is early.
He does have a lot of, especially after the safety car. But
it looked like he was struggling on that last lap.
There he is.
I don't know if we were watching on the stream.
Oh, Piero's had a moment, but I think Moggs has got out in front of Zox. The overcut has worked a treat. Oh, a big lock up here.
We're not done yet.
We're not done. Piero doing his job on Zox. Zox is like, no, let me through. That was my spot. What can he do? He can just see Moggs ahead there.
Oh,
it's so tantalizing.
Moggs getting a bit sideways there. Did you see that?
It's a tricky corner. It happens a lot. Oh, Piero, surely a warning there. He's just skipping over the lines. They're fighting it. Don't be surprised if you see a few more. Oh, that's the last corner. Who is it? It's Joe. Joe's had a moment, and there's a safety car.
Someone's retired. Joe's retired. Did he hit the wall?
Time for a safety car.
Oh, that's. I'm sure Moggs isn't
Too
happy with that.
There's going to be a bunch. Wobble can in the pits. This is perfect timing for Wobble.
There will absolutely be a whole bunch of pit stops.
I love controllers just picked up a drive-through penalty. I love controllers just throwing away his potential podium there.
Jules is taking the hards there. Interesting choice.
I feel like Jules is one of those guys that just struggles with tyre wear.
Demolishes the tyres.
Yeah. Wobble Candy has come out in P3. I don't know where he was net.
Moggs has claimed first place again. Fortunately, obviously, he stayed out.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing for Zox here is that Piero's come in box and cleared the path. So on the safety car restart, which Moggs, don't mess it up again.
Take it
Get
easy.
it right this time. But we're going to have to wait a little while as everyone comes in. Pyrat, unfortunately, down the back there. But he'll be able to go the distance here. And this safety car does help a lot of those people that have had poor starts.
The people in Mog's position who were a bit iffy on whether they'd get to the end on their tyres, probably feeling a bit better now in terms of making it the distance.
I did lap 16 box on the, I think 15 or 16 on the mediums, and no issue. I think it was 64, 65%. But Moggs does use his tyres a little more than me, so surely they're all good. Now, two drivers. So
what have we got for tyres?
Yeah, it's mediums and hards across the board, which makes sense at this time of the race. You wouldn't really want to be going softs to the end. 20 laps on the softs is just, no chance.
You don't want to lock yourself into that either, because you never know what's going to happen, of course.
Exactly. Honestly, I feel that the medium runners are the smart ones here. With the exception of Oreo, I don't know why Oreo's not come in. He can go another
come in?
Yeah, so I guess he was caught in no man's land, but I don't know, maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe a bold move.
Well, yeah. How far can he push those mediums? He's done 16 laps on them.
He started on them, I think. If he didn't start on them, it was a lap 1 pick.
Yeah, no, of course.
So
he's probably hoping to carry them all the way to what, 20, 22, 23, around there.
Is he hoping for another safety car? Because it just doesn't seem. Yeah, I'd be putting the hards on, like or another set of mediums, like it's just a weird one.
Well, he can't put another set of mediums on, of course, if he started on these.
If he started on them, yeah, absolutely.
That's a challenging decision to have to make on the fly on your own. You don't have an engineer with you in this league, so you really have to think on the fly here. And there's a lot of maths going on.
Yeah, no, he hasn't stopped. So those are the tyres that he started on. I would have boxed for hards. I 100% would have boxed for hards. Just
Probably
with the way that the field is just closed in so much.
Yeah, so unless what he'll need is for the field to spread out enough that when he does eventually box, probably for softs, he doesn't lose too many positions again. I'm not sure how many he gained from staying out. He would have overtaken a few cars at least.
Without a doubt. He's definitely jumped I Love Controller, Piero, J-Rocket.
Yeah, interesting choice. Is he the only car that stayed out?
No, there's two. Ubiquitous as well, I believe.
Okay.
Oh no, he came in as well.
Tycho. Tycho, yes.
Here we go. Moggs is gone, and he's definitely done a good job there. We've got a severe collision.
The car is nowhere to be found.
Wobble Candy making the move on Sox.
Someone's
trying the inside line. Yeah, there'll be a couple of drive-throughs who are coming through. I Love Controllers just having it all thrown at him. He had a drive-through penalty, and then he's got a speeding in the pit lane.
On the way to serve that.
On the way to serve it, yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
You'll see Pyrat coming in soon as well, because he also had a drive-through. Alright, Wobble, you almost had Zox. Moggs is bolted. He's gone. He's absolutely gone. It's almost 2 seconds already, so that's a great restart. Much better. I'd say you probably want to gap Moggs, because who knows, there might be a penalty coming your way.
Huh?
I'd bank on it. I'd assume you're going to get one. Piero, around the outside of Oreo, there's a bit of a lock-up. He manages to get the spot. And now who's on the back of Oreo? It's J-Rocket. Oreo just a sitting duck on those old tyres. See, all those positions he gained, they're just coming undone. And here goes J-Rocket. Oreo goes defensive, tries to hold the inside. Well, they touch. Let's hope it's not more than just a little touch. It seems like it's okay. So we were saying maybe, 1 lap, 2 laps before we had that safety car come in, how the field had kind of just spread out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And look,
well, that's
gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you look down back 10th through 13th, is that? They're all, you know, incredibly close together still. Kiwi had a bit of a moment maybe half a lap ago in the banked left-hander in Sector 1, which has dropped him down from the front of this train to the back of it, but he's still... so, copped a few positions just because of how close everyone was, but he's still in it. No damage.
And,
but that's kept this little group tight here.
Pyrat, who's in the middle of all this, needs to box either this lap or next lap.
Oh, drive-through?
Drive-through penalty, yeah. Hopefully he knows. Here he
He's
comes.
doing it.
Good job. It sucks, but you've got to get it done and make sure that you get it done soon. Because you can't do it under a safety car, and if another safety car comes out, you just end up suffering. Someone's gone around there.
True.
I Love Controller, or is it Peanuts? Try and tell who it was. I think it's Peanuts who's had an issue.
Yeah, Peanuts has fallen back.
There's no damage, so he'll be able to keep going, but it's benefited that midfield pack that we were following. Confirmed all over the back of Oreo. Oreo's just fallen back. That gap was almost a second or two not too long ago, and now this is how close it is. Sorry to divert for a second, but I got to tell you, this storm that's coming down smells beautiful, as confirmed.
Oh, you're getting that rain smell?
That rain smell is it's so good. As confirmed gets the job done on the corner before getting the DRS. That's perfect move there from confirmed. We should be able to hold that out with the nice new tyres. So Oreo just going backwards. I don't like being right.
Shadow creeping up.
But I am.
Shadow's going to have the run on the straight too.
Yeah, there's another one. At least he's got DRS, but that toe is going to help. Ubiquitous goes around the outside. He's got fresh.
He can just brake so much later. You can see.
Yeah.
The confidence he's got on those tyres.
Side by side.
I think it's done.
It's done. I mean, I don't think Oreo's giving up.
Oh no,
never. I don't know that he can do much about it. Now, when's Kiwi going to have his moment? Kiwi's next. Go get him, Kiwi. I mean, he's sticking well with Ubiquitous. But there you go, just like that, around that one corner, he lost 2-3 tenths. And now Kiwi's all over.
Takes.
They both have DRS. The gap now between first and second is almost 3 seconds. So Moggs on those mediums, absolutely pulling away from Zox.
Bit of a lock up there ahead of Oreo. Who's that, Shadow?
Let's have a quick look at Wobble Candy, who's trying to put the move on Zox. Zox has fended him off for the time being. Oreo's got the move done on... Sorry, Kiwi's got the move done on
Kiwi.
Oreo. The other way.
That was, yeah, no real contest down the straight. Just the traction out of the last corner.
It's given him a bit of a catapult onto the back of Shadow. Kiwi now, right in behind.
So I can't see Oreo staying out too much longer.
Yeah, so what are we at, 14? He could come in anytime now and jump on the softs.
Yeah, pretty comfortably, right?
But he's going to be last. Like, he's literally going to fall to the back. So, and just to make matters worse, he's just picked up 3 seconds. For his efforts.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, when you're towards the end of your life of your tires, the car slides. The car doesn't want to comply anymore. It's so easy to break those track limits.
Moggs,
Yeah, Kiwi's gotten incredibly close to the back of Shadow there.
Moggs, if you watch this back, don't say anything about this helicopter shot. Oh, there was a little bit of a glitch there. Kiwi just had a little bit of lag and fell back into...
Oh, I've seen
there.
someone lag too on my screen. Someone's gone missing. The
Ubiquitous?
car's gone missing.
It was
The
Ubiquitous.
car's disappeared. I think it was it Ubiquitous?
Yeah, he was right behind Kiwi, and now he's falling
Yeah,
back.
down to 12th.
That
What?
does not help. He just would have teleported.
Yeah, he disappeared on my screen.
Oh, Moggs. No, Moggs.
Uh-oh.
It's 3 seconds.
That's not what you want up the front.
Zox is now in P1.
Net P1, yep.
Net P1.
Only What's the gap? Oh, the gap's going up. What's going on here?
2.5 seconds, the gap.
My telemetry was climbing rapidly there for a sec. I don't think that's representative of what's actually going on.
And some of the big movers, I mean, the biggest mover of all is Jules. Jules up into P4. He's up 8 spots. Tycho's fallen back, but I wouldn't count him out on a couple more spots towards the end of this race. Oh, who was that? I Love Controller. Absolute massive lock up there as he's on the back of Oreo. Oreo still hasn't come in.
Screen. His tyres would be absolutely covered in olive oil right now.
Ah! He's done it.
There he goes. He's in the pits. He's in the pits.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
And the softs come out. Yep, on the softs. No question about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to help. He's going to pick up ones. Oh, no, no. Pyrat's already had his drive-through, hasn't he? He's had his drive-through and he's on the back of Peanuts now, so... I mean, Oreo's still in the pits.
There he goes. I think he served a penalty there.
Yeah,
Definitely served a penalty there.
And Moggs has managed to pull out that gap a little bit more. It dropped down to 2.5, but it's now almost 3. Peanuts now trying to capitalize on that lag that happened to Ubiquitous. And Pyrat in the back there as well. So this little trio, all on the mediums, all 7 laps old. So it's going to come down to the driving styles, the driving talent. Who's going to get the move done? Two-thirds of the way through the race. I wouldn't say it's been massively action-packed, but there's certainly been a lot to watch.
It's been a little bit more going on than the Tier 1, the Tier 2 race, sorry.
Not too many. Yes, it's just a little bit
there have
cleaner,
been a few.
There's been moments, hasn't there?
Definitely. I've seen a couple of safety cars, a retirement.
Is Pyrat managing to get past Oreo? And he now looks at Ubiquitous. The gap now between Moggs and Zox is over 3 seconds, so Moggs has got that net lead back. But we're coming towards that period where the mediums start to fall off a little bit. There's a yellow flag who's fallen down. It's confirmed who's had a moment. There he is trying to get out of the way. Oh, yeah, that's a tricky one. Out onto that DRS straight.
I think he's got damage after that.
Ah, that sucks. Oreo will be happy about it at least.
Yep, that's a right end plate that's gone missing, gone walkabout. You will definitely feel it at a few places at this track.
Yeah, right end plate. I mean, that's your 2 big loaded corners just gone like that. Oh, this is getting tight. This is getting tight as Pyrat manages to get around Ubiquitous.
So Shadow just touched the curb on the inside there and see how much it upsets the car.
Yeah.
Lost out heaps of time. Well, not heaps and heaps, but you know.
Well, it has. He's a second
strains
back on,
you.
He's a second back on Pyrat already, so he definitely lost a lot of time there. Managed to claw a little bit back, but he needs to try and cling on to that DRS at all costs if possible. Alright, let's see how this little cat and mouse game is playing out here between Wobble Candy and Zox. Zox is falling behind, but as I was saying before, that we're sort of getting to that transitional period where the mediums start to fall off a little bit and the hards start to come into play. Just a little bit. Another yellow flag. It looks like Kiwi might have had a moment coming on to Sector 3. Kiwi, though, still in the top 10, so he's up for some good points there. Currently, we have 3 different sector time holders. Moggs with the fastest lap of the race and the best first sector. Piero with the best second sector, and Wobble Candy with the best third sector of the field.
Oh yes, 3 drivers that have the correct names in my telemetry here.
So Wobble Candy really trying to plan a move. But Zox, I suppose he's a chess player himself, managing to stay ahead. That
What do you
DRS
reckon
obviously...
his elo is?
What do you reckon? What, sorry?
His elo is?
Yeah, I wish I understood. I had someone explaining that to me the other day, right?
It's just MMR for chess, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, what does it stand for? Like expected loss or something?
Loss out. I don't know. I'm not gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up
Does anyone know in the comments?
until I
Tell
get
us
a
what ELO is
Wikipedia page in
chess.
front of me. Yeah, somebody look it up. Speaking of, hello Impossible 11. He says hello to Giuliano. Wonder who your favourite is.
Yeah, Jules
He's having a great time out there.
well. Yeah. He hasn't had
Probably-
any issues with olive oil today.
No olive oil, which is surprising
Very
given his
surprising.
stance on the food. Congratulations on getting married. I don't think he's quite married yet.
Pirate
Married
now,
to the sport.
right up the back of Kiwi. Two of the standout liveries of the field. I say standout because they're very bright.
Not at all because of their performance.
No, the liveries. The liveries. I don't care who comes P1. I just care who gets P1 in my heart from the livery. You know?
I think you mean P1 in the livery competition that we will absolutely be running at some point.
What do you mean running? It is running. What do you mean at some point?
Well, we have to run the vote is what I mean. It is obviously running right now.
Oh, Wobble Candy and Zox. Has Wobble Candy finally managed to get it done? They're still side by side.
Oh,
there's
big
contact!
touch.
That's a big
touch.
bump, and he's around. That's a shame for Wobble Candy. He'll be really sad about that. Zox, maybe, did he leave enough space? We don't know. We'll have to look at it later.
I suspect they'll get looked at.
That makes Jules on the podium here. 12-lap-old hards. So he's slightly newer hards than Zox. And the gap's
Those
only
hard will have
1.5
no
seconds.
problem getting to the end there.
Is Jules an outlier for second here?
Yeah, I guess it depends on his performance relative to Zox, right?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Now, P7.
Couple of laps, you might have a little bit of a pace advantage.
I want to keep an eye through this period on P7, Tycho Hendricks, who's done 23 laps on those hards. When's he going to come in? He surely can't do 29, 30 laps on them. But if he can, I need to hear about it.
I think you might be able to. It'll be rough, but I don't know, at this stage in the Grand Prix. Where is he? 7th. Or is he on track? Oh, he's got a pretty big gap behind him. Is he coming in? He's coming in.
There he is. Look at that. Nailed it.
I was gonna say, if he did want to pit, he's got a pretty big gap behind. There's one car's gone past, another one, so I Love Control and Pirate have got past him. Kiwi as well.
Move on Shadow. There's a little bit of contact. Oh no, no! Peanuts is in the wall.
What's happened?
No! There's a little bit of a touch there, and I think it just kind of bumped Peanuts up onto that curb, and that curb is just completely unforgiving. Tycho's come out right behind Kiwi, and I think Kiwi just says, you know what? You're on the softs. You just go, mate. You go. And confirmed, banging in the fastest lap of the race with only the fastest first sector.
Yeah, wow. How far off is he in these other two sectors? Not very far at all. Oh, there's like 100th in the second sector. Third sector. Yeah, hardly anything in the third sector as well. So, pretty much purples in all, or equaling almost the purples in the other two sectors.
We've got a sector 2 purple for Tycho on his. Is this his outlap? I think it might be. Yeah, it would be because he'd be over the line already.
Yep. There he goes.
Sector. Oh, that was 2. Like that's purple sector 2 and 3 there from Tycho. Let's stay on board.
I suspect we'll see. I suspect we'll see the fastest lap change.
It's a good chance. Confirmed pushing so much that he picked up a 3-second time penalty. Ubiquitous trying to make the move on Kiwi now for the top 10. Of course, everyone that finishes gets points, but the higher up, the better the reward. 4 tenths now. Ubiquitous struggling around that right-hander.
Just keeping an eye on Tiger here. He's absolutely manhandling that car around some of these corners.
All I can see
very
is
very
purple.
low on ERS.
I just see purple everywhere.
He's really eking the end of his ERS life here. Just try to hopefully propel him forward. I don't think he'll have any problems.
He didn't go purple in the second sector there because he'd already done it the night before.
I think, I don't know if my telemetry is wrong or not, but I think he might have matched his time in the second sector there.
He's definitely going for it. You see him go for that tight line, and it's a 1:11, 1:86. That's a flyer.
That is very quick.
It's the second driver, only 2 drivers into the 1:11s. And it's,
I think now he might have to concentrate on actually racing again now that he's got a car ahead of him. This is the position here.
Like a rocket. That was an absolute blinder to catch up. A gap at the front. Let's just check the penalties again. The gap is still 3.5 with Moggs and 3 seconds of penalties. Have to see how that plays out.
Jules fallen back a touch from Zox, it looks like. Still comfortably hanging out in third there. So from where did he qualify? From a little bit further back to podium, I think he'll be pretty happy with that performance. Probably
very much so.
The tentative driver of the day.
I think he was P11 or 12. He's up 9 spots now, so that's a great drive. Definitely. Tycho still unable to get past Pyrat, but he's got the DRS. It's wide open. Pyrat defending him well. Pyrat not a slow driver at all, so no easy task to get by.
He's left the space there too, very generously.
Stay on board for the time being. These two are the closest, other than Ubiquitous and Kiwi, who are just behind. Stay with Tycho for the time being. Let's see if he can make a move. It's under 3/10. It's very close. The dirty air that he would be going through right now, I would not pay for it.
Yeah, especially this part of the track.
So that's just given Tycho the spot on track, off track, I should say.
The net position.
The net position. And I guess he's not going to overcome 10 seconds with 2 laps to go, is he, to J Rocket? I think J Rocket will do well to hold on to P6, but Tycho, as it stands,
big ask.
As long as he keeps it clean, he's got P7. DRS, you just expect it to be more powerful. You really do. He gets the move done, but then a lock up, a little mistake, and Pyrat goes wide. Pyrat had him back until he drifted onto that curb. That's a real shame.
A little bit too much. Yeah, you get punished really hard at some of those corners for going a bit too far off. You just catch gravel instantly and, sandbagged.
Indeed.
I've been keeping my eye on Shadow just behind, not making as much progress as he probably would like. Had a couple of mistakes in the last lap that have set him a bit further back than ideal, but still time.
And Zox is just sitting right there. Mog's just doing enough to keep that 3-second gap.
He's really controlling it up there.
Here goes Tycho. He's trying to make a move on I Love Controller. Come out onto the pit straight. The gap does start to close. Here he goes, the inside line. He's cautious. I suppose he thinks to himself, you know what? I've got the position. I don't want to lose it right here. Which is smart driving, really.
Safe.
As Ubiquitous gets past Kiwi. Can Kiwi come back at him?
He's done it. Oh, wow. Kiwi must have made a mistake in that last lap because Shadow's closed up a lot of time there.
Zox has made a mistake.
Yeah, where's he gone?
He's got damage. He's now down to P3, and Jules...
Damage? Oh no. Jules up into P2.
He's there.
Phenomenal race for him.
He's just walking away with it. And Piero now, as Moggs is on his last lap of the race, Piero now on the back of Zox. Zox has damage.
Getting a bit sideways.
Zox has damage. This could be a podium for Piero.
Oh, I bet he knows that. He's going to drive the heart out of this little car.
Let's stay with it for the last lap. I'll pop back to Moggs to see him go across the line when he gets there, but we want to see if Piero can make the move here.
Got my eyes on him.
Stay with him. This is the spot.
Oh, there's a
touch. Just a little bit of a bump. He loses a tenth and a
Pierre is
half.
so much faster with that wing damage on Zox.
Zox is doing an incredible job to stay ahead, though.
Yeah, nothing untoward.
DRS opens.
He's running out of track.
Zox is defending. Take the inside. There's
touch.
a little touch there, a bit sideways. Zox holding the position really well here. Pierre has to go wide. As we have Moggs winning for the third straight win. Well done, Moggs. Jules to take home P2 out of nowhere. What a drive. And these two are side by side.
Oh,
who's it going to
no.
be? There's a bit of contact there, and I think Zox has managed to hold onto it just. Incredible racing there out the back. And
What?
then they just...
Why did the AI just stop?
It just stopped and disappeared.
That was weird. Okay.
Tycho Hendricks just tucking in behind I Love Controller. He knows he doesn't need to pass him on
think
track.
we're gonna
And
have
he
to...
goes for a little bit there. Gets up into P7. Kiwi now. Can he catch Ubiquitous? Probably not 7/10 behind. He's going to give it everything he's got. And he jumps him on penalties. So well done there. Oreo now and confirmed out the back for the last two to cross the line. With Moggs P1, Jules P2, and Zox managing to hold on for an unlikely P3, all things considered, but I'm sure we haven't heard the end of that. I'd wager some good money that we're going to see a couple of things reported from that, because you don't expect somebody to just let it happen, do you? Piero's probably going to be sitting there going, that was mine! So we'll have to wait and see what happened there.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have a bit of a question around that last corner there. I would like to watch that again, I think.
But we have Moggs sitting there, for the time being, provisionally the winner of round 3 of the OCE Racing League. Well done, Moggs. Zox.
Just so you know, these are bottles of olive oil.
These are bottles? How do they get them to bubble like that and spray, you know?
Yeah, family recipe.
Oh, I have like a really touch and go history with olive oil. There was a moment when I was younger.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a whole story.
That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear in my life.
No, it was like this this moment where the people I was living with, they put olive oil in a cordial bottle. And then obviously me being younger, I just saw the cordial, or it might have been a juice bottle. I grabbed it out of the pantry and just, straight down the throat there. So there's our final standings there. Tycho Hendricks holding on to the fastest lap of the race with a
That was the story I wish we didn't get on stream.
I wanted to get it in there because it's just one of those funny moments. Who was
something helicopter shot.
The second fastest there was confirmed. So well done there, confirmed.
He had the pace on him.
He did. When he could get the right tyre on at the right time, he was right up there. But yeah, Moggs holding on to P1, Jules P2, Zox P3, and Piero unlucky to miss out there on a podium, but a very, very strong drive into P4. I'd say I have to agree wholeheartedly with the driver of the day, Jules. So we'll have to give him the rundown after the race. But
he's all right.
He's an okay driver, isn't he? We'll have to
He's
find
okay.
out how he
he knows what he's doing sometimes. He's got at least one fan in the crowd here. Impossible 11. Italian master.
Well done, Italian master. Well, we'll have to get him in. I think we've got Moggs already, so that's great. We can jump straight into that.
Yep.
Let's bring Moggs in.
Oh, I've killed Discord. Let me bring Discord back. And I'll try and grab another couple of guys for
well
you.
done. Congratulations. I'd say, without putting you too much on the spot, I'd say there's a question mark with the first safety car restart. But at least you got the second one well done. But yeah, I mean, you still had a very strong race. There's a couple of times where you and Zox were trading places. But yeah, let us know. How was the race? How'd you go?
Yeah, that was a really difficult race. when when Zox overtook me and I was behind him, there was a few times where I was just like, okay, I'll stick him behind him for a bit, and then I'll go, all right, I want to overtake this lap, and then I'll make a mistake or something, and I was behind him for a lot longer than what I wanted to. And then, yeah, that first safety car, I think that might have to go to the stewards or something, but yeah, I just didn't really time that really well.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Like we were watching it, and it did look like a pretty big gap, but then you were very clearly you had the enforcer come down on you with that slowdown right before.
Yeah, that was just So yeah, it's the first time that I've ever had a safety car on that track. So when the second time when it came around, I was just like, okay, I know what I need to do. Like, don't go too early, hold the pack up a little bit. So,
no, it's well done.
Yeah.
It's a good race overall. And I mean, even if you do end up losing a spot or two, who knows? It's all provisional. You're still in a great place, and I mean, certainly a statement. Three races in, you've done really well so far.
Yeah, I think Zox actually probably would have had me if he didn't make his mistake, because he was catching up towards the end.
Yeah,
and I had 3 seconds of penalty. Yeah.
Well, you did well last night, 12 seconds. So, I mean, that's an improvement on its own. Let's hear from the man, the myth, the legend, Jules, who I'm sure is just gagging at the opportunity to talk about how he went from P12, P13. Where did you start, Jules? And how was
P12.
That monster of a race? Well done, mate.
Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy here right now. That was a lot of focus, and honestly, it was kind of about survival more than anything.
Yeah, I can imagine. You had a couple of good safety cars that probably helped you.
The first one, yes. The second one, I think, hampered me more than anything, because my mediums were actually performing quite well, and I reckon I could have gone to lap 22, 23, and then popped on the softs, and then been like Jay Miles did in the Tier 2 race, being three seconds quicker than the guy in front. So, but who's to know what it might have been like? But again, it happened, I suppose. But I feel like it hampered me, but who knows whether it did or not.
And did you see what happened? Were you close enough to see what happened with Zox? We saw Zox was in
No,
P2,
actually.
and then he obviously had some damage, which gave you the spot.
No, actually. So basically, when he lost it, it was around the first left-handed bend. Basically, so I was on the opposite side of him, because I was 2.4 seconds back, and then I saw a yellow flag in front of me, and his car was just stopped on the track. So everything happened from behind the corner, so I didn't see what exactly happened. I'm assuming he would have just lost the rear end.
Yeah, it was a long stint, and towards the end of the race, you're starting to let the emotions cool off, and that's where you can pick up a few mistakes sometimes.
As I said, it was all about survival. I dodged 3 incidents. The first one, obviously, that brought out the first safety car. I had to take to the grass to avoid the whole accident. The second one, I had to go around the outside completely and dodge everything. And then the last one with Wobble Candy and Zox, again, I had to slam on the brakes and move out of the way of Wobble Candy, who was spinning back onto the track in my path.
Yeah, that was a shame. I'm sure that one will get looked at as well if somebody puts in an incident report for that one. Chris, Jules, do we brave it? Do we ask Piero to come in to talk about that last hurrah?
I don't see Zox, so I guess I'm going to have to let him go for it, don't we?
All right. Well, Broccoli, you just remember, I know you're going to be excited. You're going to want to tell us all how bad it was, but just be friendly. But tell us
calm. Keep
what
it chill.
happened. Tell us
Bigger
what
boy.
happened at that last corner.
Okay, first of all, the race was mega, but besides the fact that into turn, what was it, the last one before the back straight, he parked it in the middle of the apex. Like, I was just sitting there, just like, come on, go! I want to overtake you. Then after at the back at the straight, I just no fuel. He just went off, so I couldn't do anything at that point.
Tell us how it was from your point of view, Zox. How was that last corner?
There he is.
Trying to get right in the middle of the track as best I could.
Block as hard as you can and hope for the best, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to feel about it. It felt kind of dirty, but I don't know.
Well, I guess it's up to Pierre if he puts in an incident report, but I'm sure it was
I
all
wouldn't be
clean.
surprised.
There was some great racing happening, guys. I think Wobble Candy will feel pretty hard done by. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but there was some contact that spun him around. But otherwise, everybody put in a great race. It was filled with action. I'll tell you what, there was a lot going on. But yeah, congratulations again to our podium places, our Mogs in P1, well done. Jules in P2, and rounding it out somehow against all odds with that broken wing was Zox. We now take a break. We have another week off to give people some time to spend Mother's Day. That's next week, but the week after that, it's Monaco. And who's excited? Who is apprehensive? How do you all feel about Monaco coming up in 2 weeks' time?
If you're not scared, you should be scared.
I'm a big fan of Monaco. I've done a lot of spoopy overtakes in there, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it again.
Well,
As long as they're clean, as long as they're clean.
I'm gonna scare some
require a
people
lot
with
of
overtakes, you know?
I'm sure. I mean, I'm scared thinking about it. I remember the last time I could remember facing off against Jules at Monaco, and I just pulled over.
That's because I'm a pest.
One thing's for certain, the demand for carbon fiber will increase due to the loss of front wing.
Maybe just for the week after, we just make it sim damage instead of reduced.
Oh yeah.
So that's coming.